Israel-based Sodastream is the #1 sparkling water brand in the world in terms of consumption, knowing for being socially conscious with Jews and Arabs working side by side. The company's CEO has now taken a dive into saving our oceans from plastic consumption in the form of a company-wide international effort off of the plastic-laden coast of Honduras. Please welcome CEO Daniel Birnbaum. Hello and welcome. I see you brought a friend with you, so to speak. So tell us about, first of all, I mean, for you yourself are an avid, seafaring man. So I imagine this is a cause very close to your heart anyway.
Yeah. Well, it should be close to everyone's heart because we're talking about the planet, the only one we have.
Saving the one we have.
We don't have too many others. We didn't figure out Mars yet. And we're talking about our children and their livelihood. So what happened was I saw a video done by Caroline Power about a year ago showing the trash floating right across the island of Roatan in Honduras. And it was really gut-wrenching. It was like 15 miles of floating trash. A lot of it was plastic. And I thought, I got to do something about that. I know I'm a naval officer myself. I spent 6 years in the Israeli Navy, and I recruited folks from that network to think together how to collect floating trash in the Caribbean Sea. We came up with a contraption together with an American company called the American Boom and Barrier Company. They deal with oil containment strategies and techniques, and we developed a system that we call the Holy Turtle. And it collects trash from the ocean. And we applied it. But I brought 300 people with me from all over the Sodastream countries in the world. We're in 45 countries. And we spent 4 days collecting trash. The amount of trash we collected in the ocean, on the mangroves, and along the beaches is 9 tons of plastic. Things like this. I brought these to kind of remind me what it is.
What 9 tons is the equivalent of? It's the equivalent of 9 rhinoceroses.
You think it's a lot, but it's really not. And the reason is that every 30 seconds, that's the amount of trash that is thrown into the oceans worldwide. So we spent 4 days, 300 people, and we collected 30 seconds worth of trash in the world. And the obvious conclusion is, don't even bother to collect. Reduce, eliminate, stop making the stuff, stop using the stuff. If you cannot reuse, lose. Stop using it.
It is a simple concept. What do you think it is, besides, education that's getting out there, that people are just not, worldwide as aware as we think we should be? It's a very logical, obvious thing. Like looking at this picture, who wants to swim in that?
It takes a change of behavior, and people change difficultly. And I'm talking about stop using straws, move from plastic straws to paper straws. Same thing about plastic cups. Stop. Plastic bags. When you go to the grocery, use a reusable bag. And bottles. We collected a ton of bottles. I personally collected more bottles than any other form of plastic, and we should stop using single-use water bottles. Use something called tap water. It's generally really good and safe, and it tastes really good in most of the Western world. And if you need to drink out of home, use a reusable bottle. Each one of us should have 1 bottle in our life. And if we do those simple changes that we can all do, it's in your hands, then we would reduce the plastic waste and we could help save our planet.
Listen, all it takes is if one person and one person and one person, then that's kind of
But it's not only people. It's mostly people, but I would call on companies to do a better job at moving to reusable materials, such as glass and other things like that. I'd call on regulators to really attack this with sincerity. Unlike the European Union, who just passed a regulation banning and reducing plastic, you would think on the surface that that's a big step. But read the fine print. Bottles are exempt. And bottles are probably the biggest contributor to plastic waste on the planet. Why are bottles exempt?
If there's one thing we could do, it's get rid of the plastic. If there's one good first step, have everyone get rid of plastic bottles.
That's right. Bottles, but also straws, plastic straws, cups, and bags. Those are the 4 categories. Now, I can tell you, my family made that change. Everyone who was with me in Honduras made that change. We're pledging to do that, and I'm advocating that everybody should do that little change for our planet, because we don't know how dangerous this plastic is. It's not only gross, it's not only endangering animals, species, marine life, it might also be endangering people. We don't know yet what microplastics does, bioaccumulation and things like that, because a piece of us right now, a part of us, is plastic, because we consume this. Nobody knows what it does to your health. So let's just eliminate from our lives, live healthier, leave our children a safe planet to live in.